So these are old coffee creamer bottles. So we go through like 2 of the big ones about every week. That's a lot of stuff going into the waste. So I decided, using old coffee creamer bottles and the like add-in scent pearl things for your laundry, I'm going through 2 large coffee creamers a week almost between everybody in the house, and at least one of the big, like in bulk size laundry scent cleaners or scent add-ins, one of those at least a month, if not sooner. So what I came up with was taking a heat, like using like a wood burning tool with the little needle point on it that comes with it, and I just burned holes all the way around to turn these into oyas, and then I drilled through the tops and put a connector on, and then it has the tubing, and that way once I have the irrigation hooked up, it'll just keep these full and water from the roof. And this way too, I can add fertilizers or amendments or whatever I need into the bottle. And there we go. That way I can just come around. And I just haven't gotten the irrigation lines all laid out yet, but like I said, once they're laid out, this will self-fill and encourage root growth below, because they'll be searching for water. All these are good things. What we've done is create a microclimate with these bricks and this bed. It is, gosh, at the end up here, it's more shallow. It's almost 3 feet deep at the end. I went with the hugelkultur, and there's wood and old lawn clippings and things underneath composting down. There is the compost I've been working on for almost a year and getting it ready, just packed full of worms and goodness. That's the next layer on top of this. Oh, what? Hugelkultur, wood, and yard grass, old leaves, things like that. On top of that, sandy loam soil, because I'm looking for like a tropical environment, Florida, basically, where they can grow these things hand over fist, no problem. Sandy loam. Sandy loam doesn't have a lot of nutrients. Bananas do not like wet feet, but they like high nitrogen. I have clay soil. That isn't gonna work for this. So, microclimate. You bring in that sandy loam soil, not a lot of nutrients. But on top of that, I went ahead and I added every bit of good compost that I had on hand, and I've been making for about a year, just turning it, letting it get ready for this project. On top of that, there is spent straw that the chickens have used. That's more nitrogen. On top of that, we've got some good topsoil and an industrial that I got from a bulk supplier of a good soil and compost based top layer. We went ahead, I dug down, filled the hole for the bananas with the sandy loam and all the nutrients, all the good soil and the compost and all those nice yummy things that's high in nitrogen for these plants. And from there, they went on down into the beds. I'm just kind of crossing fingers and hoping that this soil is what they want. So far, the growth looks good. I'm going to go ahead and fill these, and I'm going to go ahead and give it all a good top water also. Make sure that we get them good and wet. And then from there, we're just going to let them chill out for a little while. We were supposed to get a whole bunch of rain this week. We are in a little depression by the river, and a lot of times this weather they'll promise us 6 to 8 inches of rain, and we'll get a sprinkle, and it jumps around us and goes north. While these are good things when the tornadoes are happening and not so good for northern parts of our state, it also works to my disadvantage in I don't get enough rain sometimes. So we can have dry, hard, compacted clay soil here. Not good for growing things. So we do have to do a lot of amending.